Hi, hello everybody. Welcome to our next session. Today we would like to talk a little bit about our smart home system LUXORliving, and especially we would like to talk about product news for our smart home system LUXORliving. One of the new products is a motion detector which is called LUXORliving BI180, and this new product can be included in the smart home system. It has a large detection range. We can see this on the next slide. We have an integrated button, which is the button above the lens. This one on top, and the device is connected directly to the system bus, so there is no additional connection on the device. And we have an integrated temperature sensor, which can be used for room temperature control. And we can combine the device with different functions, like we can combine it with a switching channel, with a dimming channel. We can use the motion detector to activate or to trigger a scene. And with the integrated temperature sensor, we also have the possibility to do room temperature control with this motion detector. Also, there are different frames or accessory sets available. Generally, we have a frame which is included with the device in the left upper corner, but we also have the possibility to include the motion detector LUXORliving BI180 in other existing ranges. Here we can see some examples, and the article number or the item number of the accessory. With the accessory, you always get a new push button in the color and with the same corner for the switch range. And we have also a C frame which is included, and all of them you can get with the item number. And these accessories are available for all our Temura presence or motion detectors, and also for the motion detector for the LUXORliving smart home system. Here we have some information about the detection area. The typical installation height is 1.1 meter. It can be something between 0.8 and 1.2 typically. And here we can see the detection angle of the device, and here we can see the detection range if we walk frontal to the device. We have 10 meters, for example, and we can have up to 17 meters, so we have a very large detection area. It's definitely large enough for a smart home system. Typically, the applications, I think, will be toilet rooms, for example, or floors or stairways. So it's a very nice new product for the LUXORliving smart home system. Another new product for LUXORliving is a DALI actuator. So with the new device, we bring the DALI standard into the LUXORliving smart home. And the actuator is a device, 4 modules, and we have 4 single channels. We have push buttons on the front for manual operation. We have the connection to the LUXORliving system, and we can connect to each of the 4 channels up to 30 DALI control gears. And thanks to the broadcast communication, there is no need to worry about DALI configuration or DALI commissioning, because we do not need to do a addressing of the DALI control gears or a grouping or something like this. We just connect all the DALI control gears to one channel, and at the end it is very similar to our existing dimming actuators in the LUXORliving system, which are with phase control 230. It's very similar to them, but with the difference that we do not have phase controlled output, but we have digital communication with the connected DALI control gears. So it's a very easy commissioning, and we have also the possibility to control, thanks to the DALI 2 standard and to the device type 8, to control the color temperature and to control the color. We can see this on the next slide where we can see some screens from our programming tool LUXORplug. Yes, it's a DALI 2 certified device, and here we can see which parameters are available in LUXORplug. So the basic functions are, let's say, nearly the same like we have it with our standard dimming actuator, but additionally we have the parameters if we would like to have a color control, and we can select between RGB, RGBW, or color temperature. For example, if we activate on one channel that we would like to have a color control and we would like to control RGB, then we can set additional to the standard parameters of a dimming actuator. We can define the color at power on. So we can set, okay, switch on with the last value, and we also can set a time for the color change. So if the color change from one to the next color should be very fast or should be more slow. Alternatively, we have the possibility to switch on with a fixed value. So if we select switch on with a fixed value, we have a color picker, and here we can set the color for switching on. So in this case, if we switch on the channel, always the same color will be set on the DALI control gears. In addition to the control of color, we have also the possibility to control color temperature. Very often we talk about tunable white. So if we set the color control color temperature, we have nearly the same settings. We can define if we would like to switch on with the last value, with the last color temperature, or if we would like to switch on with a fixed color temperature. And if we select that we would like to switch on with a fixed value, we have the slider where we can define in LUXORplug the value for switching on. Color control. Let's take a look to the LUXORplay app. With color control, we have also new functions in the LUXORplay app. If we go into a room, for example, in this case we have the two channels in the dining room, and here we can see we have one channel which has been set in LUXORplug for a color control. Then we have also additionally a color picker, and here we can select the color, which will be adjusted in this case manually, and here we have the slider for the dimming value. Also with color temperature control, we have a slider for the dimming value, and we have additionally the slider for the color temperature. But not only a manual operation is possible, we also can include these new functions, color control and color temperature control, with a DALI communication into scenes, for example. So let's go back and go into the scene settings and take a look into the scene party. And here we can see that both channels are included in the scene. And in the scene settings, we can define a dimming value. For example, we can say, okay, if the scene party is triggered, we would like to switch on RGB spots with 100% brightness, dimming value, and we can also define the color in this case. Same with the color temperature channel. We can also include this in the scene, define a dimming value. For example, let's say we would like to switch on if the scene is triggered with 50%, and additionally we can define which color temperature should be set if the scene is triggered. So it's not only the manual operation or the manual adjustment of color and color temperature. No, we also can combine it with scenes, and we can combine it also with switching times, for example. So we also can define, for example, in the dining room that we would like to set a switching time in the function time switch. We add a new timer and say, okay, switch on the lights, for example, with 50% dimming value and with a color temperature of, for example, let's set 3000 Kelvin. Then we can set the time, for example 8 o'clock in the morning, and we can define the days. And so we have also included the temperature control, color temperature control, and the color control into the switching times, into the scenes, and in general into the Luxor Play app. So these are the new functions in our smart home system LUXORliving. Thanks a lot for your attention. If you need any additional information, please feel free. Take a look on our website. There you will find all our contacts. Give us a call. And yes, we are happy to visit you next day, hopefully in Haigerloch. Thanks a lot.